Well, welcome back, folks. Of course, Sport Federation TV. We carry on talking about what's happening with world of sport in the Western Cape, and of course the various districts in the Western Cape. And as you know, we're talking about the Cape Winelands, we're talking about the Central Karoo, we're talking about Cape Town, we're talking about the West Coast, we're talking about the Overberg, and we also talk about the Eden area. Now, of course, the Eden area is the old Esveer. And joining me now on the line, all the way from Eden, is the president of Eden Kickboxing, Anne van der Merwe. And nice to have you on the show. How are things on your side?
Hi, JP. Thank you for the opportunity to be on your show.
Yeah, no, it's certainly been challenged. We're certainly looking at all the digital components here, trying to make sure that we're able to interact with you and get you via the digital. So things are completely upside down on all sides. And let's start at the beginning. How did you get involved with kickboxing?
Well, we started with kickboxing in when it was still Sean Anderson's, the father and son combination academy, Anderson's Kickboxing. And we started in 1998 when they moved down from Pretoria to George. And my daughter was on that stage. They started to do all this type of sports, and they said they wanted to do it, and so we all started as a family.
Now, kickboxing is not an easy sport to get involved in. There must have been a few challenges along the way there.
Yeah, it is. It's really, but it is one of your best disciplines that you can have, and it's also a family sport. It's not necessary that you have to do kickboxing itself. You can be involved in the coaching part. You can be part in the officials. There's table officials. There's a few places that the mom, if mom don't want to do kickboxing self, she's not necessarily needed to fight. You can start there, and we use everybody, the whole family, to do the part of kickboxing. It's not just fighting or grading. There's a lot more to teach and to learn and to do together.
And tell us a little bit about the facilities perspective. I mean, kickboxing, you don't necessarily have to do it in a kickboxing ring.
No. We have tatamis. It's on the floor that you can do on the floor itself. You will see that you can do just light contact. You can do point fighting, and then from there on you can go to the ring. Yes. Most of the fighters started on the tatami itself, and yes, they move from when they are good enough, they move to the ring, and then you start doing full contact or K1, or you do that in the ring.
So it's of course Women's Month, and I've got to ask you, how are our women doing in kickboxing?
Really good. And when you phoned me earlier this morning, I started thinking about it. You know that there's so much little girls and even boys that are raped and murdered. And we have to start using our sport like kickboxing or your normal martial arts to help the children to start with self-defense. And that is also a part of kickboxing. You have to do self-defense also before you go on with your kickboxing. And if you can teach children from a very young age to start protecting themselves, their bodies against big men and everyone, we will do a very good purpose in life specific to towards our children.
I suppose one of the things that you've got to beat is you've got to give the children some self-confidence to be, yes, wanting to be doing a sport that is quite intimidating. It's quite frightening to think that you're going to be dealing with punching and kicking and so on.
Yeah, but that's also important when we invite the children or any of the students to our dojos. We start teaching them just not the contact itself. You know, we start teaching them all the tactics and techniques that you have to use before you start fighting. But even if we just start and teaching them how to do the self-defense, they will see. And also very important, it's a very high discipline sport. And you can even work with children that have problems at school. And then they will start getting better and more disciplined.
It seems like we're getting that same message a lot, is that yes, there must be opportunity created, there must be opportunity to get into a position, but the message comes out. Shamiz was talking about education and how important education is, but she was also saying that to be a successful sports administrator, you must eat, sleep and breathe your sport. You must wake up in the morning and that must be all you want to do.
Yeah, that's also important. And if you don't have the love for the sport, you can't be successful in anything.
Yes.
You must love the sport. You must love working with students.
Yes.
Otherwise, also, you can't do the job.
Yeah.
You have to integrate with your students, with your parents, with your instructors. We have to work and can work with people that is on higher positions as ourselves. And if you can do that, you can do the job.
And you are an inspiration to all of us, men and women. And have you got a final shout out maybe that you'd like to give for Women's Month to everybody watching,
Yes.
women athletes? Please give us your shout out.
I think it's necessary that all women, specific in sport, have to take hands together, and even in Eden or in the whole Western Cape, take hands together and start looking out for children, our specific children, our girls. We have to go outside and start looking for them and helping them. And the only time that we can do that if everyone is taking hands.
And fantastic. Thank you very much. Great words of wisdom there. Hopefully everybody takes hands and gets involved. And we say thank you to you on that side, and of course to you and your family and your athletes and everybody in the Eden area. We say stay safe, stay isolated, and of course follow all those protocols. And we hope that you're healthy and safe on that side.
Thank you. You also. Thank you very much.
There we go, folks. Anne van der Merwe, she's the president of Eden Kickboxing. She's also at the top of the pile, top of her game. And it's fantastic to be chatting with her about how you can get to the top of the sports administration space. And also quite impressive there to hear about how much success our Western Cape and Eden kickboxing women have had in the competitive arena. Really inspirational.